What's up, you guys? It's your girl, WhoIsAbeyon, also known as Abeyon on the mic, also known as AB, also known as your girl. But yeah, this video, honestly, not too long, but I wanted to give you guys more personal things about myself since I've been showing just a lot of vlogs and what I've been doing lately. And your girl be, I hate the word outside, but if you really know what I mean, I really be like outside just enjoying life the way I should. But this is the year of, like, I'm not gonna lie, this is the year God has just been going crazy with me, okay? Let's start off with nobody know what I was doing, not even me. Okay, so your girl came from, before podcast summit, your girl was just doing a whole bunch of street interviews because I knew that media was my thing. I knew that I loved being in front of the camera. I knew that I loved talking to people and actually getting intel about like things that I would want to know in people's lives and how they've grown and stuff like that. And I was working 2 jobs. So on top of that, me trying to do my media thing, trying to grow as this entrepreneur in media, I was working 2 jobs, one for HBCU Buzz and the second for One Life on sale as their front desk person. And child, I was just working to pay bills. Okay, I was working to pay them bills. That was it. That life that I lived with 2 jobs and still doing media was cool, but I was genuinely working to pay bills, and I was just grateful to have the jobs because, in all honesty, before then I quit my other job and I didn't have a job for like 3 months, and that took my mental, mentally, physically, I felt horrible. Mentally, I was like, I can't take care of myself the way I want to. I can't do the good things for myself, like take care of my nails, take care of my hair. My dad and mom will have to give me money, and don't get me wrong, like, they didn't want to spend their money, but when I have it on my own, I would like to have it on my own. And in that moment, I was upset. I was hurt. I was angry at God. I was just angry with myself because I'm thinking like, no, I'm gonna be within a job in like a month or 2 after I quit that job. I think I didn't have a job for like 3 months. Yikes. So doing that for not having a job for 3 months, and then just work, and then got into having those 2 jobs. I was just grateful, and to be able to a little bit move around, still feeling like, okay, I still needed to make more money because I couldn't do all the things that I wanted to, but I was okay with where I was to be able to pay my bills, do the things I need to do, and then move forward. So the media was just on the side. I kept telling myself, like, if I know that I'm supposed to be this entrepreneur, I'm supposed to be this media personality, I have to start basically exemplifying that person inside and out. So I didn't care that I was doing street interviews. I just knew I didn't want to do no crazy stuff. Like, people ask all these crazy questions and all those things, but I knew that I wanted to be more on the side of inspirational, more on the side of thoughtfulness, like you really think of, wow, like this question, I never really heard it this way. So I called it like unlearned lessons. I had like this little, almost did a YouTube surrounding unlearned lessons, because it was like, questions would be like, what did you have to unlearn to grow into the woman, into the man you are today? And people really have to think, and I love that, whether they were married, single, dating, any of that, and that made me happy. But I wanted to go bigger and go better, so I started pitching myself to all these events. No matter the no's that I got, I still kept pitching myself. And then ding-a-ling, podcast summit was in the mix. I only knew David Shands from social media. I didn't really have a close relationship with David Shands. But one of my friends, he used to work for him as his videographer. And I pitched to him, I think it would be super dope that I be a media personality for Podcast Summit. And he told me, he was like, he thinks that's a dope idea. He thinks I should go for it. And mind you, due to the fact that I was still exemplifying myself, putting myself there as a media personality and doing certain events before Podcast Summit, my portfolio kind of matched my whole energy and my whole vibe. So now I would say that when I pulled up doing for Podcast Summit, it, like, you would think, oh wow, Abeyon, you didn't get paid for this. You did long hours. I mean, my friend and I, we was in there for hours, because I think it was like a 2-day, 3-day event. I showed up every single day, pushing out content, talking to people, making sure I get footage, having questions and all this stuff. And I give a shout out to my friend Miracle for really sticking it with me, and really helping me on that, because I really needed it. Because doing it by yourself is like cool and all, but when you can move around in different areas, is so much better. And I put my foot in Podcast Summit, all right? And most people, like I said, would be like, you didn't get paid, you didn't do none of that. No, but I did a dang sure good job at it, though. I didn't get paid for any of the media stuff I done till InvestFest, honestly. And after that, that's when, everything started going big. But let me not fast track. So it may have looked crazy until it wasn't, okay? So after Podcast Summit, gotten a little bit closer with David, just a little bit. I remember asking my friend Jada, should I hop on Hot Seat, right? And she said yes. And I was a little nervous. So guys, just think about it. Like, going from doing my own little thing in the streets, right? Doing street interviews, because that just sounded crazy in the streets. Then moving forward to pitching myself for Podcast Summit, doing Podcast Summit, and then instantly, I'm talking about instantly, when I put my application in, I was already kind of connected with Kayla, who was the assistant then, to where they needed somebody for the hot seat anyway. So it was really quick and fast to be like, hey, I saw your application. She said, hey, I saw your application. Can you get on Hot Seat tomorrow or the next day, something like that. Mind you, I also had work. Mind you, I still have 2 jobs, right? I said, bet. I said, yes, and yes. Pulled up to Hot Seat. I made an excuse to my boss at One Life, when I was working at One Life, and told him, like, I had an appointment. The appointment was really Hot Seat. You feel me? And because I just knew I had to get there. I wanted the knowledge, Hot Seat. I always tell people, don't be afraid of Hot Seat. Working, like, doing David's Hot Seat was like just a eye-opener, was just like reassurance that I'm not where I need to be and I need to get my stuff together. Like, that's literally all it was. And I enjoyed it. I was truthful. I'm a very honest person. I want people to also know that. Like, I don't need to, like, lie. I don't need to hide. Like, your girl was definitely broke before. Your girl definitely didn't feel confident before. Your girl was like, how do I live the life as these other 23, 24, 25-year-olds I'm seeing? And I'm like, I was envious. I was jealous. I was like downplaying who I was, what my identity was in God, because of where I was in life when it came down to my career. And when I say y'all, I promise y'all, I did not start being in my career field. Like, I got dips and dabs of it, but like really being in my career till like 23, like 22, 23, because I also used to work with like street execs, stuff like that. So moving forward, got on Hot Seat, was very honest with Dave, and he literally just sat there. He was like, you will never, ever, ever go to that job again. And he basically said, like, how I didn't know my worth, and that he was going to show me. I think it was like he was going to show me my worth, or he's going to show me, like, how to truly value my worth. I didn't value my worth or my time. I was just working these 2 jobs. Mind you, I think One Life paid like $10. I got more money from HBCU Buzz as their social media manager, but still, that's how I was a little too. Just letting y'all know, I ain't gonna say nothing much because I don't want to get sued. So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all little clips, because I'm gonna let y'all know now. The main clip, I'm gonna just show y'all what really got people's attention. Check it out.
Call them and tell them you quit.
Call them?
Yeah, call them. It's money in the bank. I'm gonna pay it, right?
That's not professional.
How else would you tell them you're gonna quit?
I would tell them in person.
Who?
My manager, Nick.
He doesn't care. You're never, you know what? I want you to do this because you're never going back there.
Okay.
Ever. You're never going to need that job. Ever. You will never, ever work there again.
Understood. Okay.
Now, before you quit.
Yeah, you just, because he's right.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to call him and quit, for sure. But here's what's cool. Let's say 30 days from today, it doesn't work out. And you're like, I don't want to work here anymore. It's okay, but because in the time frame that we work together, you'll at least know you'll never, ever go work for $10 an hour again.
Agreed.
Based on this conversation.
Agreed.
All right, so call him. Want to quit. Call Nick. Tell him, Nick, I quit. I can't come in anymore because I started a new job on Monday.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Nick. I just want to say I really do appreciate the opportunity that you gave me at One Life Fitness, but I did have another job opportunity that starts Monday, and so I will be leaving immediately.
Gotcha. Well, that sucks. We're gonna miss you. What's the job? What are you gonna be doing?
I am going to be a social media coordinator for Social Proof Podcast.
Nice. Well, congrats on your new position.
Thank you.
I will push you through, and what's today? Today is so you'll get paid through your 25th paycheck will be your last paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make sure I add those. It's already added two, but I'll add two more for you. And just thank you for all your help. You've been an awesome employee. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, if you ever need anything, let me know, okay?
I will. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right.
How do you feel?
I
Give
feel
a round of applause.
So yeah, your girl quit her job on air, and that was just one job. Mind you, like I said, I had 2 jobs. So that was one job, and that was one life, and I had no regrets. People still ask me about it today, or I'm on podcasts that still talk about it, that want me to talk about it today, and no regrets. Like when I say God's timing, okay? Because I can't take credit. I can't take credit. I can only take credit. I can just only say I take credit for just giving my yes. Being Abeyon, being who I am as a person, and just being like, yes, let's do it. Because mind you, a lot of people say like you didn't really have certainty. I didn't. David could have lied to me right then and there. David could have just been joking and said, oh, I just wanted the views, or I just wanted this. Like I didn't really want it to for real offer you a job. Like David could have been that type of man. But one thing I believe for sure, okay, will never have me second guess something. You know, God is not he's not confusion. You know, I didn't have confusion at all. When I quit my job on air, there was no confusion. There was no uncertainty. And there's this one verse that I love. I think, let me see. So the verse is Proverbs 18 verse 16. A person's gift opens doors for him and brings him before the great. Clock it. And another one, which is like one of my favorites, which one of my friends, Ruth, she sent this to me. She said, it's Psalms chapter 16 verse 5 through 6, and it says, Lord, you are my portion and my cup of blessing. You hold my future. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Indeed, I have a beautiful inheritance. Your girl is inheriting, okay? Your girl is continuously inheriting. So yeah, after that viral video and me quitting my job on air, which was so crazy, I also got fired from my other job, which is HBCU Buzz, like I believe like the next day or the same day. No, the same day. So quit one job, got a job with David Shands, and then got fired from the other. Hey, I wasn't even tripping on that one. So that moment, that time that David worked with me, that I mean the time that I worked with David was a true, like, was a blessing. It was a blessing. Like a lot of people don't have entrepreneurs or mentors or anything of that nature to help them build and grow, and will help them realize, okay, here's what you can do better at. Here's how I would do it. Here is how you grow, like, and just push you forward. You know, some people will say, no, you're on my team, I want you to stay in this position. Like, no, David literally was okay with elevating, having me to elevate to the point if like I had to get or find another job, to the point where if I got offered another job that paid more, that did this, he was okay with that, because honestly, he was preparing me for that. Like, David was literally preparing me for greater to come, and so was God and everything. But when it came to the knowledge of like my career, my path, I give a big shout out to David Shands. Like, and he doesn't switch up. I can still call him. I can still ask him questions. Even I literally just called him recently to ask him about me doing me being a host for a podcast summit, because I really would like to do better at that, speaking wise. And that time period that I took with David, he helped me get InvestFest started. When it came down to doing InvestFest, you know, that was actually like my first time getting paid. Was at InvestFest, literally, for doing media personality and bringing people to their booths and stuff and talking to people, and people loved me there too. And then also being able to speak on stage, I believe, for the Millions Conference, your first Millions Conference. But it was just the work behind the scenes. It was still being steward. It was still being a student, you know, not thinking that I have it all still figured out. Mind you, I didn't. Also, mind you guys, I was also moving to my place, and I was like 23, moving into my first place. And like I said, if you look at the clip, David wasn't offering me a lot of money, you know, but he helped me also get other people I can did social media management for, and that helped as well. If y'all hear the noise, it's raining here, and as y'all know, I'm in the car. So I think I was at InvestFest. So me doing what I did at InvestFest was super fun. And I met Jason Hawkins, who is now also my boss, at InvestFest. That there was literally an instant connection. Like, I love this energy. I love this mindset. What he talked about when I interviewed him for About Respected Roots, and how just eloquent, how just the knowledge, and how he's grown his business so far. And we kept in contact after that. It was great. Then afterwards, he reached out to me, and he had this vision. And this is something that I will always love when it comes to visionaries. They make it happen, okay? David is a visionary. So is Jason. Both of them, they just get it done. And that is something that I love, because Jason literally gave me a game plan, like a vision of where not only does he see his company with me, but where I fit into his company. You don't get a lot of people like that. All right? I'm not going to lie. Like I said, I think I said this before, that most people that you work with, they'll only look at you in that one position. And that's it. Like, you're not helping that one position and you can go. Like, they don't look at, okay, I want her to grow much further than this. I want her to build something much better than this, that not only can help my company, but help her change her mindset, change her ways, change her way of thinking, live a life a different way. And that is something that Jason also instilled in me. So when he offered me the PR manager job, literally by just me showing up at doing my thing at InvestFest, and he offered me that PR manager job, no interview, no anything. I think I mainly did the interviews for like asking about like the company and things of that nature. But for me, he saw what was in me. He may have asked like a couple of questions here and there, but he saw literally what was in me to say, she's our next PR manager in-house. And mind y'all, I don't know nothing about PR, okay? Nothing. And he knew that. And he was willing to say, I'm willing to teach you, I'm willing to help you, I'm willing to guide you along the way. And we're here now. Like, I'm here now. Like, no cap, you guys. My year 2024 has been a year of restoration, peace, healing, identity, confidence. Like, it's the things that I felt like I lost when I wasn't able to take care of myself. I regained them back in this season of my life. And it was literally because of my yes. Me only being in the company for, I believe, right, it's about to be going on 6 months. I love it. It's not just a job. It's an alignment to who I am. You don't have a lot of people that can be like, yeah, I'm their PR manager, but they also have me on their YouTube as I'll be on the mic, want me to have my own segment, helps me grow in these different ways, not even just career wise, but financial wise, business wise, mindset wise. I get to travel. I remember saying so much, like, it sucks that, like, when I couldn't make, or when I was living just really paycheck to paycheck, I couldn't travel like that. Like, stuff I would love to do with my mom back then, I wasn't able to do until now. Like, y'all see the vlogs where I go with my mom, like, that's stuff that I love to do. Or how I'm growing as a woman, how I'm active more, how I have more, I always say I have a good amount of friends, but like true friendships, growth in my community, growth in my faith, growth in my church. Like, there is just something like where not only my career has grown, but spiritually I've grown, physically I've grown, mentally I have grown, and I'm literally growing into the woman. That's why I always say WhoIsAbeyon is a continuous growth journey, because I'm literally growing into the woman I think God, it's not even think, I know God has me to be. For I'm prepared to, when I get into that stage of, white feet, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But let's stay back on topic. But so yeah. So like, honestly, if I didn't say yes, I wouldn't be where I would be today. Literally. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be enjoying the life that I have. I wouldn't be probably taking trips with my mom. I wouldn't be having so much fun with my friends, enjoying life in my 20s the way I should be. I would be stuck in living that paycheck to paycheck, always feeling like I don't have enough. Never, like, always feeling like I just been complacent and things of that nature, or just stagnant in life. And that's just not the life I choose to live. And I definitely don't believe that's the life that God ever wants me to have. But I had to grow. There are so many areas that I was not doing the greatest, and I had to grow from those. I had to learn from those. And God has literally blessed me. Blessed me. I don't know how long I will work for Respected Roots. And I don't even look at it in that nature, not in a bad way, but in the sense of that I'm literally just doing what I need to do, because I know that I can grow from this opportunity. There's so many stuff I can succeed and achieve with, and just letting God like orchestrate my life for me. We got to stop trying to take stuff in our hands, or stop trying to lead God when he's the one that should be leading us. He's Abba, our Father. Like, he should be the one leading us, not us leading him, being like, hey, I'm trying to pull you this way. But he's like, no, I really need you to go this way, because this is what I have greater for you. And yeah, of course we're going to make mistakes. We're going to have our flaws. We're going to pout. We're going to be upset. But in all honesty, I get it. It's like, when people say they get it, why they went through what they went through. They get it of why it had to happen. They get it of why I had to take this journey, this route, why some people had to get cut off, why some people don't need to be a part of my life or a part of this next season, a part of my life. It's like, I get it, because in it, you don't be getting it. Sometimes you don't be getting it when you in it, when you in that stress mode and things of that nature, but you get it when it's all said and done, when you're living the life. And sometimes you're going to have to learn how to get it also when you're in that mode as well. But your yes will unlock what playing it safe never could. Sometimes you're not stuck, you're just stalling. Okay? The plan might need to be clear, but the calling is. I just love this. Okay? I freaking love it. And I can honestly say that God is really doing this big one, and I'm overly thankful. And yeah, guys, I love y'all. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to my testimony, my story of my yes calling. And I hope this inspired you. I hope you send it to someone to help be inspired, to motivate, to keep growing into the person that they're meant to be, man or woman, that business that God has called you for, that the entrepreneurship, that movement, that calling that you have upon your life. Take it. Take take it and snatch it up and never let that thing go, okay? You shouldn't want to leave out of this life with, oh, dang, I should have done this, or I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have took a chance on this. No, do it. And one thing that I want to also give a shout out to my mom and dad, especially when they always say, like, I got to learn. Even I'm still learning to this day. I got to do better at the journey, going through the journey. Your girl always loved the end result, okay? I love to get to the end result, but I have to do better at loving the journey and not having it be like oh my God, this is so exhausting when I'm going to reach here. No, just enjoy the journey. Enjoy the journey. So I thank you guys for tuning in to WhoIsAbeyon. And I love you guys. And I hope you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. And I hope to catch you guys on the next one. I'll see you later. Bye.